Look, I got to say, Tony Johnson, his path back to the Rise Grand Championship has been, filled with potholes. But Tony's still stayed unfazed. He's still stayed as cool as possible. But now he's going to face up against Marion Fontaine. And I got to tell you, Joey, very, very few people have ever seen anyone as unorthodox as Marion Fontaine. There is no way to strategize for Marion Fontaine. This is a gentleman who I've seen in the middle of a match break out a musical chairs. I've seen him break out a twister board. This guy is very unorthodox. He's very hard to handle.
I'm excited to see him, and I'm actually pulling for him in this matchup because, yes, I did compliment Tony Johnson, but my path to the Rise Grand Championship goes through not having to face somebody as good as Tony Johnson in that matchup.
I think Tony Johnson has never been more motivated to get this championship back. But Marion Fontaine, look, this is a guy who is not one to take lightly. You know, we make jokes. He is unorthodox. He's weird. He likes to have fun, but as well at the same time, he is a hard striker in there. You got to watch those fists, that bare knuckle style that Marion Fontaine can employ. A little back off, good sportsmanship between the two. Last we saw Marion Fontaine here at Rise, he faced Derek Dillinger for the Remix Riot Championship. He's been a multiple-time Remix Riot champion. Marion Fontaine is very, very used to being a champion in this business. Transition over, a little feeling out process.
Fontaine getting the upper hand.
And a little
class act right there.
A little back up. And now, to my knowledge, Marion Fontaine and Tony Johnson have never faced off before. And now Johnson.
This is very unorthodox.
That's now he's trying to unorthodox Fontaine, and it's tough to do. But Fontaine's
we're going to see if he can unorthodox and unorthodoxer, and Tony Johnson just unorthodoxed him.
Marion Fontaine looks impressed at Tony Johnson's ability to trap in Tony Johnson. And look, Fontaine using a little bit of trickery. Little bit of trickery. Looked up, Fontaine did, and Tony Johnson looked as well, and Fontaine picks the leg. Now leg control by Fontaine.
And this is good scouting for me for Tony Johnson if I do so happen to see him in December. He's very gullible.
I mean, you say that, but look, Marion Fontaine, I've seen, this guy. This is a guy who could sell, an Eskimo ice. This guy is a great salesman. He's very believable when you get in there with him. Backed off again. Even playing field so far. These two trying to figure themselves out, figure everything out. Now, Tony Johnson trying to bait in Fontaine again. And Fontaine's impressed so far with Tony Johnson. Like I said, Tony isn't fazed by this unorthodox style, this head games that Fontaine likes to play. Lock up again. Head control by Johnson. Fontaine looking to get out. Oh, what a transition out and escape by Marion Fontaine. And now Fontaine offering the headlock to Johnson.
What a gentleman.
Well, Fontaine is a gentleman, and no, Tony gonna hit the ropes. Drop down and headlock by Fontaine. Head controlled down to the mat with headlock takeover. Head scissors. Transition up by Fontaine. Back to the headlock. Back down. Head scissors by Johnson. Fontaine out. Transition. Headlock. Tries to take him down. No. Johnson. Cover. 2. Good roll up. And Fontaine is a little befuddled by Johnson. Now, honestly, Joey, coming in, I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought Johnson was going to be more befuddled by Fontaine, but it looks like Tony has done his homework.
He's doing the befuddling.
Absolutely. Wrist control by Fontaine.
Is that a word?
It is now.
Yeah.
Top wrist lock. Johnson rolling through, tries to get the pressure off, using that athleticism, kips up. Fontaine right over as Johnson now has top wrist control. Fontaine looking to stay close, but Johnson really wrenching on that wrist of Fontaine's as Fontaine's trying to find a way to escape. Roll through by Fontaine. Push back off the ropes. Uses his foot to escape out. Back to the Hammerlock, transition around the world, backslide, cover, no. 1, 2, Johnson finds his way out.
This is as even as match as it could possibly be. I have absolutely no guessing that who can get the upper hand in this.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to take, someone making a big mistake right now for someone to get the upper hand, as they are both evenly matched. Head control by Johnson again. Wrenches in on that headlock, trying to squeeze in to Marion Fontaine's ears, trying to disorient a little bit. Push off by Fontaine, drop down. Goes for the hip toss. Johnson all the way through. And there's the game changer for Tony Johnson. That athleticism. Fontaine, though, spins out. Johnson goes for that big kick, scouted by Fontaine. Roll through, cradle.
Pinfall, we might get a win.
Kick out by Johnson. Johnson goes for the legs. Leg sweep. Fontaine out. Johnson goes high. Fontaine goes low. Jackknife cover. We just saw this. No! Bridge up from Johnson. Fontaine tries to escape, but no. Back to a backslide. Fontaine down. 2 count. No. Fontaine out. And again, we are back to square one.
Another stalemate right here.
Both individuals getting near fall attempts, but each finding a way to transition out. And a little bit of sportsmanship here from Tony Johnson. Fontaine slaps it away and goes for the clothesline. And I gotta be honest, if I'm Fontaine, I get it. I'm frustrated. And Fontaine with a big shot, but Johnson's athleticism right back, and he's got Fontaine in the corner.
Watch your fist.
And Tony's going to use the closed fist.
Watch your fist.
Not going to use the closed fist. Clean break by Tony Johnson. Look at that. I got to say, this is the confidence of a Tony Johnson. He's not taking advantage. He's not using the closed fist. He knows that he can beat Marion Fontaine, and he doesn't need to resort to tactics like that.
He just wants to beat him in a professional wrestling match and prove being the Rise Grand Champion. It is about being one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. The belt that Tony Johnson previously held.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about being a Rise Grand Champion. You're going to have to face competitors like Marion Fontaine or a Derek Dillinger or a Shirley Doe or a Joey Sinceri.
Yes.
You're going to have to be, if you're a champion, you got to be able to take out anyone at any time. And now Fontaine is caught up in that rope. Referee going to try and free Fontaine's leg. And Johnson frees Fontaine himself.
Look at Tony Johnson.
Look, if you're going to be the Rise Grand Champion, you don't need to take shortcuts, and Tony Johnson isn't going to take those. He wants to prove that he is the champion.
Sometimes shortcuts get you there faster, though.
Well, look, I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying sometimes the shortcut can get you lost, though. And I don't think Tony Johnson wants to lose himself in order to be Rise Grand Champion. Transition out. Fontaine to the corner. Johnson rushes in. Fontaine moves. Tony was going for that kick, and now he's hung up. And Fontaine doesn't
and Fontaine
do the
does
clean
not
break
help him.
and goes right to that leg of Tony Johnson.
Smart maneuver by Fontaine. If Tony Johnson's not going to do whatever it takes to become the Rise Grand Champion, somebody will, and that's what Fontaine is showing us right here. He doesn't care about being a gentleman sometimes. It's about winning the prestigious Rise Grand Championship at all costs.
Absolutely. Fontaine, I mean, he comes in here, he doesn't want to lose to Tony Johnson. He doesn't want to give Tony that opportunity. He wants that opportunity for himself. You know what it means to be a champion. You know what it means to be Rise Grand Champion. You know what is at stake in December, and what that could mean
When I become.
What that could mean for a Marion Fontaine. The Rise Grand Championship has been held by people like Matt Connor, people like Lee Moriarty, people like Derek Dillinger.
Who was the second one?
Lee Moriarty, the first ever Rise Grand Champion.
Oh, I know who you mean. That guy that just got signed that I pinned.
Okay. Yeah, we've heard about that. Big body slam from Fontaine.
All by myself, too.
And Fontaine has taken advantage of the injury to Tony Johnson's leg, and now Fontaine is just grinding down on Johnson in the center of the ring. Now grinding on that head, trying to twist and contort the neck. Johnson not giving up, though.
Johnson trying to get the fans behind him to get some energy.
Trying to find some energy, trying to find a way to break Marion Fontaine's momentum. Going low into the guts there with those elbows, trying to get some separation. Kicks out the leg. Look out, Fontaine goes high. Johnson goes low. Johnson baits in. Big Inseguri, and Fontaine
Huge
is all
kick by Tony Johnson.
We talked about making a mistake and how that could change everything. Fontaine got caught with that kick, and that might be able to change the dynamics of this match.
Fontaine literally on the ropes. Tony Johnson picking up some steam.
Johnson was going for that cross body, but Fontaine moved, and Johnson just ate those cables. Look out, leg drop by Fontaine. Cover. 2 and no. As we said, Marion Fontaine wants to come in here, spoil this for Tony Johnson. You know, it's been preordained that Tony Johnson would be in this match because of his stature as a former champion. And
single leg crab applied here by Fontaine.
Fontaine is really putting the pressure on that leg.
And he's got Tony right in the center of the ring.
Fontaine trying to keep Tony from getting to the ropes, but Tony's long limbs finding a way to maneuver over. But Fontaine pulls Tony back and sits right back down, and he's got that ankle trapped into his armpit and is just torquing on that ankle and knee. Johnson trying to go for the ropes on the near side, and he does. Fontaine's got a break. And I got to say, look, Tony Johnson, as you know, he's a frustrating individual. He doesn't give up. He finds his way to the ropes. He's got that length. He's got that athleticism. He's got that ground game. There's really very few holes in a Tony Johnson game.
No, he could do it all. He's a jack of all trades. Like I said earlier, whenever I did actually give him that compliment, we're going to see if he does not quit, though, because it looks like Fontaine in control of this matchup, just beating him down. We'll see his willpower.
Fontaine with those big back elbow right to the jaw of Tony Johnson. Chop. And Fontaine has just maintained a slow, deliberate control of Tony Johnson, trying to keep the pace of the match right where Fontaine wants it. Doesn't want it to speed up. Doesn't want Johnson to use his athleticism. And now Johnson, though, gets an adrenaline rush and starts laying in those chops to Fontaine in the corner. Now trying to get Fontaine out. Whip, reverse. And there went Tony's knee. And now the referee's got to check on Tony Johnson here. We've had a couple injuries here tonight, Joey. I don't know if tonight is just snake bitten. But
Ref's saying he's good.
Ref is saying he's fine. Tony has said he's fine.
It's here and it's now, and you can't get up. Come on.
Fontaine is in full control and just goading Tony Johnson. And then right into the corner, right into the midsection. Transition out, maybe looking for a suplex. And
big suplex by Fontaine. He's feeling himself now.
And the athleticism of Marion Fontaine on display. Like I said, he's a great striker. He's a good technical wrestler, but this is a very athletic individual as well. And now Fontaine's going up top. If he hits this, this could be all over for Tony Johnson right now. Fontaine up! Splash, no! Johnson able to roll out of the way, and Fontaine eats the mat. Little too overconfident.
Spending a little bit too much time up there on the top to give Tony a opening to maybe get back up into this matchup.
Clothesline by Johnson. Back elbow connects. Big knee strike, and Fontaine has been shaken to the ropes. Tony Johnson trying to dig deep. As I said, this man doesn't get shaken by anything. And if he can find his wind, he is tough to beat. Cross body into the corner. And Fontaine had all the wind driven out of his body. Ricochet, come back. Big
kick by Tony Johnson.
That's it. If Tony can cover here, he's headed to December. He's got to get himself over. He's got to get this cover. If he gets him, this is it. Tony Johnson is heading. No. Sorry.
Fontaine's still in this. Fontaine's still grasping on to the chance to be the Rise Grand Champion.
Absolutely. Tony Johnson.
But the momentum is shifting.
Finding a way to break Fontaine's momentum, using his athleticism. We thought that might be the key component, and Tony has found a way. Might be setting up for that ice pick kick. And if Fontaine isn't careful, Tony may just kick the lights out. No, transition.
Fontaine with the counter.
Wait a minute, on Predator.
Uh-oh.
That's it. That's it.
Fontaine's
Cover.
going to
Fontaine
December.
is going to... No! Unbelievable. I thought Marion Fontaine had Tony Johnson beat. Tony had his head spiked right into the canvas.
Fontaine seems frustrated, wondering what does he have to do to beat Tony Johnson. It looks like he's going up to the top rope again. Let's see if this one pays off.
Fontaine went up earlier, went for that splash, couldn't hit it. Takes less time this time. But that knee gives out. But Fontaine can't capitalize, and Fontaine is eating the buckle. Tony Johnson trying to get some blood flowing back in that leg. We've seen how it's affected him through this entire match. Now this is getting perilous up there as Tony Johnson and Fontaine are fighting on that top rope. And Tony's got Fontaine up even higher.
If you're Fontaine, this is a spot you do not want to be in.
Big superplex. Both men crashing in the middle of the ring. And I think both of them are the worse for wear now. Tony got it. Maybe Tony can roll over and get a pinfall.
Yeah,
but
if Tony had some awareness, all he has to do is turn his right shoulder over and put that arm across the chest of Fontaine, and he could punch his ticket to December's main event.
Count of four by referee Nick Brown, and Tony is trying to get some movement back in that leg, and Fontaine has been shaken as well, up to a 6 count. I don't know what happens if they would get to a count out here.
They're both out. One less person.
Well, we'd have to find out. We don't know what would happen in that case. We do have one more show before Challenge of a Champion, so we'd have to find out what happens. But look out! Wait a minute! No! Johnson with that big swirling backbreaker. But all of that weight right down on that injured knee of Tony Johnson. I think he went to one of his big moves, but geez, that might have been the wrong time to go to it. Fontaine is in trouble.
He's setting up the ice pick kick.
He does, and he got it. Can he capitalize? Tony Johnson's over. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And that is it.
The winner of this match as a result of a pinfall, the Ice